All right, welcome Triton Trojan fans. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Gavin, Greer, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as we welcome in the Lakeland Christian Academy Cougars here tonight at the Trojan Trench as they get ready to take on our Triton Trojans. JV winning earlier tonight 60-20. We had quite a few leading scorers now. And Kenny, who do we have leading the way in points for the JV game?
For Lakeland, we had Ben Johnson with 5 and Josiah Miller for 5, Alex Cook for 4, Alliam Wyatt, and Nick. I kept saying it all night or earlier. Nick Nakasone. They all had 2 points. For leading the way for the Trojans was Lucas Cabrera with 11, Chandler Westafer with 9, Cole McKinney with 8, Jose Ybarra with 6, Cole Irvin with 6, Cameron Shively with 6, Connor Large with 4, and then Trent Conley, Nate Amsden, Dominic Smith, and Jeremiah Farrell all had 2 points.
So the JV had a pretty good night, kind of got out there in a hurry. But, yeah, like I said, Lakeland finished, kind of fought back there in a lot of moments and really made things kind of difficult there in a couple of spots for the Trojans. Tonight, like we said, we welcome in Lakeland Christian, 2-2 on the season with wins against Culver and Hamilton their last 2 times out. Lost earlier in the season to Caston and Bethany Christian. That win against Culver came in overtime. They really had to fight their way to beat the Cavaliers down there. Of course, Triton 1-2 in the season with that opening win against Oregon Davis. But a close loss to Plymouth with a lot of things very positive in those 2 games. The loss to Plymouth, and then, of course, the loss to Northwood we saw on Friday night. How our guys battled back, and they played a pretty complete game. But that Northwood team is very athletic, Gavin. And what we kind of talked about during the ball game is how fast they were. And they kind of came out, there was kind of that shock of how good they really were. We knew they were good, but we didn't think we didn't realize until they got up there and got at you at full speed. Gavin, coming in tonight, you guys been practicing all week, getting ready, or this weekend, going into getting ready for this one on here tonight. What all were the guys kind of thinking coming into this one, practicing hard? What are the guys kind of feeling coming into tonight? But then it's a kind of game you got to think, you got to kind of keep yourself, got to keep that momentum up, got to keep fighting and keep that mentality of, hey, we got to come in and really work real hard because you can't sleep on a team like Lakeland Christian. Like I said, they jumped out, they surprised Culver. This is a team that you're going to have to work all the way through, and they're going to make you work for it. So, Lakeland Christian could jump out and surprise you. You never know. Triton could have a bad night shooting, could keep them in. But the guys, as hard as this team worked against the last 2 games, for me, the John Harrell prediction, I think, is a little much for 20 points. I think it's a little much.
Yeah, it does.
Given what Lakeland Christian's doing, they got some guys with some height. They got a 6'2" and 6'3" guy, and a lot of their guys are up 5'10" and 5'11" and higher. They've only got 2 guys 5'9" and lower. But like I said, a team that's still pretty tall. They might be the thing where it might get Lakeland Christian tonight is their depth. We can go pretty deep in the bench. We showed that against North. We showed that against Plymouth and Oregon Davis. We can go very deep to our bench. Tonight, it's going to be a lot of fundamental basketball for these guys. It's going to be crisp with your passes. It's going to be smart with how you're moving the ball. Can't dribble yourself into trouble. I think that's where the guys are really going to have to focus tonight. And I think you're going to see a big game from Tyler Heckaman down in the low block.
Also, if it does get, I want to say not out of hand, but it does get a comfortable lead for the Trojans, you'll probably see a lot more bench time, getting these guys some actual game time. Some of them has been so close to games that some of those guys that's 7th, 8th, 9th down in the lineup just haven't got the time, so they'll probably see a lot more of them.
You'll see a lot more of them as well. And I think another player I think we're going to see some good things from tonight is Keegan Westafer. I think this is kind of a game trying to get him kind of going. Keegan, he's been working real hard. This is a young man who has that work ethic. I think tonight's going to be a game where Keegan's going to have I think he'll have a good night tonight, on both sides. Well, it may not be in the scoring column, but there's a lot of areas where Keegan is going to be really is going to play a big role in for us tonight. So we're going to take a break here on the Trojan Sports Network. We'll be back after the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Trojan Trench for tonight's contest between the Lakeland Christian Academy Cougars and your Triton High School Trojans. On behalf of the Triton community and the entire staff and student body of Triton Junior Senior High School, we welcome Lakeland Christian as our guest at tonight's contest. Tonight is the first time these two teams have met. At this time, if you'll please rise and gentlemen, kindly remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Now, let's introduce the starting lineup. First, our guest, the Lakeland Christian Academy Cougars. Starting tonight, number 10, Brayden Lane. Number 14, Seth Martin. Number 22, Landon Paris. Number 24, Cameron Shepherd. And number 50, Silas Gagnon. The Cougars are coached by Chris Hohm and assisted by Dave Ritchie and David Lemler. And now, the starting lineup for your Triton Trojans. Number 10, Ashton Oviedo. Number 12, Bules. Number 24, Tyson Yates. Number 30, Quentin Amsden. And number 53, Koller. Triton is coached by Jason Groves and assisted by Steve Duck and Blake Shorter.
All right, there you have your starting lineups. Gavin, who we got for Lakeland Christian?
Lakeland Christian, we have Brayden Lane, Seth Martin, Cameron Shepherd, Landon Paris, and Silas Gagnon. Triton, we have Ashton Oviedo, Bules, Quentin Amsden, Tyler Heckaman. Is that all? Oh, and Tyson Yates.
So there's the starting lineup. Heckaman's going to go jump against Seth Martin. Out there, their tallest guy is Gagnon, 6'3", is going to run out there early on. Seth Martin must be able to jump pretty high. I mean, 6 foot tall. He's going to go against the 6 foot forward, Tyler Heckaman.
Looks like he has a long arm.
Yep, Heckaman wins the tip, but Gagnon comes with it, so Lakeland Christian's got it. That's going to be over and back call, turnover right away. Gagnon didn't see anybody. Lakeland Christian thought Triton had it, so that'll be our first turnover of the ball game there. Bules to inbound now for the Trojans. Finds Tyson Yates, and they'll go to work. Yates up quickly, looking for Oviedo, and that one's shut off there. Finds Heckaman. The big man's got in the low block. He's going to battle his way through. Hook shots up and in and out. Rebound, and Bules is going to come in. That's going to be a hard hit on Martin. That was, I don't think it was intentional by any means, but I think it was they kind of met there at the same time.
Yeah, both going for the rebound. So
we'll get things back on the way. That'll be the first foul. It's going to be on Bules As Lane goes to inbound, he'll go to work now. Kicks it on over to Paris. Amsden out there to meet him at the half-court line. Paris with it now. We'll go back to Lane. Oop, over and back. His foot touched the line, and that'll be a turnover. It has kind of started a little too far back. Head coach Chris Hohm, 38 wins in his 6 years at Lakeland Christian Academy. Of course, Jason Groves, 242 wins in his 15 years here at Triton. Tyson Yates comes past the half-court line, finds Ashton Oviedo. They're going to work it around the perimeter here. Yates looking, finds Amsden. He's going to attack. Kicks back to Oviedo. Deep three for him. And off the mark, rebound, Jared Bules. Bules goes underneath, on over to Tyson Yates. Yates will try, kicks out to Oviedo. He'll pull it back on to Bules on the left side. Both teams trying to find their way onto the scoreboard here in the early goings of the first quarter. Heckaman, the big man's going to try a three. Off the mark there. It's going to be all well off the mark. Amsden will save it, throws it back, and Yates will keep it.
It was a good hustle to keep the play alive.
Yates will go through, but that's going to be blocked by Paris. And Lakeland Christian takes over. Gagnon's got on the left elbow. Looking on top, finds Shepard. He's going to try the dribble drive against Yates. Fades away, off the mark. Rebound, Bules. Triton on the transition here now, finds Oviedo. Corner three is up. Puts it in. Triton's on the board early on. 3-0 here over Lakeland Christian.
Did a really good job to use our speed, all get set up down there and get the open shot.
And a turnover there where Lane's going to touch on his heel again.
Doing a really bad job of being aware of where they are on the court.
Just last couple silly turnovers there for Lakeland Christian, costing them here early. As Amsden receives the inbound. Goes away from the screen, pulls back, finds Heckaman. Gagnon's out there to guard him. Heckaman goes to work, finds Yates. He's in the lane. He'll try to go up strong and see if we can get a foul. He's going to say he kind of pushed off with that elbow, and they'll draw the foul there in the offensive foul. Lane back to inbound. Full court press being played by the Trojans. Finds Shepard. He'll go back to Lane. Up to Paris. Oviedo's on him. High pass to Paris. He'll drive. Steps into a two-point jumper. Not there. Rebound's going to be to Heckaman. The big man cleaned the glass on that one. He'll bring it up to Tyson Yates. Yates kicks it over to Amsden. Q on the left wing. Up top to Oviedo. He'll pull back to shot fake. Bules will try a three. Just short off the mark. Rebound's going to go off Heckaman. And it'll belong to Lakeland Christian. Lakeland Christian will try it here again. There's a inbound there. Lane kicks it on over. Shepard's got it. He's going to go on the attack. Oh, got away with the carry there up to Martin. Martin's going to put it on the floor. Goes across, tipped by Oviedo. And Lane comes away with it. Shepard will try a right wing three. Puts it in. We're all knotted up. It's three. Yates to Oviedo on top to Bules. Finds Quentin Amsden now. On to Tyson Yates on the left side. Amsden drives, goes up strong, and he's lost his footing through the lane. And Martin comes away with the rebound. Stolen away by Bules. Nice play there. He'll go back in, tries to get back to Yates, and he'll be tapped out by Lane. Lucky break for Triton there as Martin collides, and he's holding his ankle. Might have a Cougar down.
Right on to Trent.
Also checking in for the Cougars, number 35, Matthew Helton.
You aren't going to help him out, Trent?
Sort of pull both teams back. Hope Martin's okay.
Yeah.
Kind of got tied up there on the way through as he went down. Just unfortunate to see that. Might just got tied up in there. I think he kind of got caught behind a player. When Bules went for the lay-in, he might have got tripped up there and fell down, but not putting any weight on it. Glad he got up. as coach and athletic trainer for Triton, Eric Callahan, help him off the floor. Martin, a 6-foot freshman, got a long career ahead of him. Let's hope he's okay here. Yates now go back to inbound, checking in for him. I guess 2 Cougars checked in on that last. Helton will check in for him, and Koller checked in, following that other dead ball. Oviedo, fadeaway jumper, not off the it's off the mark, and Paris comes away with it. Shepard going against Yates, trying to see if he can lose him on the hesitation step. Yates with some good defense.
Doing a really good job with the press, slowing them down, putting enough defense on them so they don't get a quick, fast break, try to get their offense set up quick. But we're also kind of playing a little bit off, not wasting all of our energy right off the start.
And that foul there on the reach is going to be on Quentin Amsden. It'll be his first personal, team's third here the first quarter. And like I said, this is one of those games you can't come in just thinking just showing up you got it won. This is a team that's going to make you work. That's the games you got to work twice as hard at. Helton will travel with that foot. He'll kind of stutter around. So he'll drag that one around. So that'll be a turnover there for Lakeland Christian Academy.
Well, it looks like we have a group watching party from Fort Myers, Florida again.
All right, appreciate them watching.
10 of them, they said.
I hope it's warmer down there than it is here.
It was pretty nice last night.
It was
Came
nice.
out of the game.
That was nice. This morning, however, is a different story. Amsden up. Banks open for Quentin Amsden as Triton retakes the lead. Lane now with the basketball. He'll work, and Quentin Amsden's going to make him fight for it, and he'll steal it away. Finds Tyson Yates. Fast break layups in, and the end one opportunity will come for Tyson Yates. Good heads-up play by Quentin Amsden.
Great job from getting there, rip the ball out, keep it alive from the ground, get it up to Tyson, who got the points and the foul.
So are you trying to get some highlight reel there? I see you playing with the replay.
Thought about it. At least we have it kind of going. If we have to get something, we can at least get it.
Okay.
Don't have enough hands.
Yates for one free throw attempt goes off the mark, and Paris comes away with the rebound. Triton leading by 4 here. Past the midway point of this first quarter. Crossover for Lane. He'll work up past Quentin Amsden. Koller kicks it back out. And we'll get a travel there, so he'll kind of get stuck. Wanting to turn around, and he'll pull that left foot.
Yeah, that's going to be their biggest downfall tonight. Is I've got them for about 7 turnovers already in this first quarter.
And we're going to get a timeout for Lakeland Christian Academy here early on. We'll keep Gavin away from the camera tonight. Don't want you to send that to anybody saying it's a training video. I'm sorry. I had to pick on you. I saw that. I'm like, oh, man. I got a good one coming for Gavin. Hey, you guys have won more games than we have, so it's okay.
Drew Locke is doing good for Broncos.
He did look pretty good on Sunday. He looked pretty good. I was pretty impressed. There's another game going on in New York tonight that needs to go a different way than it did the other night.
No, we have a chance here. We'll throw up their boys' schedule here. First playing Lakeland tonight, and then back here again on Friday night with Pioneer. And then next Tuesday, somebody's birthday.
Yep. Man.
Bethany Christian. But the big thing is the rest of this week we get a chance. We'll throw that up for the girls. Kind of finishes out the days the boys don't play this week.
Yep. It's going to be a busy next few days for us.
The nice thing is it's all in these seats.
Exactly. We don't have to travel all the way somewhere and do her again. So Gardner and Westafer checking in following the timeout for Triton. Gardner now, and he'll stutter. That kind of stutter, shuffle his feet just a little bit, and Triton will turn it over.
John's been doing a really good job this year. He didn't get much playing time last year, but he's really done well at times he's gotten to play this year.
I mean, those long arms and the fact he's learned to kind of get some coordination there and figure out how to use his body out there defensively, he's going to become a key piece.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job shooting from the 3, too.
I like the move of bringing Keegan Westafer up top. Triton will try to intercept it. And I'll knock it back. And say it went out on Tyson Yates. So Lane will get ready to inbound it for the Cougars. So they'll go to work now. Shepard goes on over. And they'll say he stepped out. And Lakeland Christian Academy will turn it right back over to Triton. So it's kind of that early first quarter. Triton's kind of getting their gears figured out. Both teams are kind of getting it figured out. Turnover's been kind of the story here for Lakeland Christian Academy. Westafer, he'll dribble around at the elbow. Hands off to Tyson Yates. That's a nice screen. Gardner straight away pulls it back. Drops down to Tyler Heckaman. The big man's in low block. He goes underneath the glass. Reverse lay-in's pretty, and it goes in. Nice play by Tyler Heckaman. The big man's on the board. Lane goes over to Shepard, on over to Paris. He'll try another three off the mark. And Oviedo gets a piece of it and go to Tyson Yates. Tyson Yates kicks on the turbo, and he'll go coast to coast and puts it in.
Really
Tyson
good job to use his speed.
Yeah, and he saw that. He saw a little bit of a window, and he just went from 0 to 60 in a hurry.
Did a really good job of moving it in the paint.
Oviedo supposed to take it back. Westafer, free lane, puts it in. Keegan Westafer's on the board, and we're going to get a timeout for Lakeland Christian Academy on that big 6-point swing there for the Trojans.
I figured just to take the Triton just to get going, and they're going to get this thing to click.
Yeah.
And then they'll just, like that, 6 points just right off the bat.
And that was a good play by Keegan to kind of accelerate and get up there ahead of the pass to give himself a free lane there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good job by him. And that, you know, Keegan's one of those players, once he gets rolling, better look out because it's going to be a great night for him once he gets rolling.
Yeah, and that thing is right now, get that first 2 points here in this first quarter instead of waiting into that third or fourth quarter, getting your mojo going.
Yeah, and right there, and you saw like key players, like you see your guys, your stars, like Ashton Oviedo reached up there with 2 hands and ripped that pass down. I mean, and that really set up the whole thing there. It was a good. The defense is really creating offense here early.
Yeah.
And Martin looks like he might. I think Martin is done for the night. He's got that ankle iced. He's making his way to the locker room.
On crutches.
That's too bad. Hope he's okay and gets better soon.
Yeah.
Looked like a very athletic player, and looks like he's going to be a real bright spot for Lakeland Christian as he continues to mature in his game. Shepard with the inbound, kicks it back to Lane. Only 2 seniors for this Christian Academy squad. Helton and Paris are the 2 lone seniors. As we'll get a foul for Triton, and that's going to be on Tyler Heckaman.
Number 33, Heckaman.
His first personal, team's 4th here in this first quarter. Triton leading the way by 10. Lane on over to Helton. He'll drive. Goes up strong, and Westafer's going to give him the foul. Westafer thought he had enough space in between him.
Foul number 34, Westafer.
And I believe we're going to see our first free throw attempts for Lakeland Christian Academy here tonight. And the first one drops for Helton. And that shot's off the mark, 1 for 2 from the line, and Gardner gets the rebound. Yates up quickly. Goes to Oviedo on the right wing. He'll attempt up, finds Westafer. Keegan now. Gonna go back to the other side, back to Gardner. Gardner goes too far forward, and they 2 can't connect.
I'm putting in an order for Chick-fil-A. Anybody want any?
Put in for Chick-fil-A.
I didn't realize I had somebody there right now, but
Oh, there you go. I've got some pretty good food waiting on me at home tonight.
okay.
Appreciate it, though. Helton will try a jumper, and then it'll be off the mark. We're going to foul late. They're going to say Westafer pushed him after the shot. That'll be 2 quick fouls on Keegan Westafer.
Foul number 34, Westafer.
I believe Bules is going to check in for him. As Helton will get ready to shoot. 1 of 2 from his last trip, and he makes the first one here yet again. Westafer will come out.
Number 12, Jared Bules.
The official kind of let Keegan know why he called the foul. And it'll help him go 1 for 2 yet again. Hands off to Oviedo. He'll drive. Goes up strong. Kicks it up. Back to Gardner. Heckaman now is going to put the ball on the floor. He'll drive. Puts it up off the glass and in. Banks open for Tyler Heckaman as we're inside the final minute here. Triton's back up by 10. Lane now up the court. Helton and Bules got a piece of it. Helton underneath the basket. Gardner blocks it. Gardner again blocks it. 2 straight blocks for John Gardner. It's a block party on the defensive side for Triton.
Really good job by Bules to slow down the play so John gets set up for the 2 blocks there.
Nice job by Tyson Yates to attack and draw the foul off Lane.
We got people on the broadcast sending their order in.
Oh, man. Oviedo, left wing 3, puts it in. Last 2 threes for that young man have found their bottom of the net. Lane goes to inbound. Pulls it back. Koller's got it here. 23 seconds remaining. Back to Lane. Up to Shepard. He'll work past Yates. On over a high pass. That's going to go into the 3rd level there at the bleachers. And Quentin Amsden's going to check in.
The defense is doing a really good job of forcing turnovers so far.
And the more important part, forcing those turnovers, they're making them count on the other end.
Yeah, turning them into instant offense.
And Gagnon's going to check in, and Shepard's going to come out. Yates now at the basketball, past the half-court line. 10 seconds remaining. Amsden goes away from, goes with the screen, pulls back for 3. Oh, in and out. Trying to corral it here. 2 seconds. Bules throws up a buzzer beater and not there. Good look, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. 18-5 is our score. Triton's out in front. As the cheerleaders will come out on the court, we can see them tonight.
Yeah, but not getting blocked. But we might.
I made sure we weren't tonight.
But we're going to throw a graphic up here. Players, Ashton leading Trojans with 6 points. Yates, Heckaman, each with 4. Amsden, Westafer, each with 2. Westford really only one with foul issue, with having 2 fouls there pretty quick. For Lakeland, Shepard with 3 and Helton with 2, and just a couple players with each a single foul. And also, as far as the game statistics, there free throws, Lakeland 2 of 4. Trojans missed their only opportunity. There was 2-pointers, 6 of 10 for Triton, 0 of 4 for Lakeland, and 2 of 7 for 3-pointers and 1 of 2 for Lakeland. But the big question there is right there at the bottom: 10 turnovers for Lakeland compared to the 2 for the Trojans.
And a lot of those turnovers were kind of, I don't know if you want to call them jitter turnover, like your jittery
mental
turnovers.
error.
Mental errors, I guess would be the best way to call it. Like stepping on the line and the early over and back call where they got the tip off and turned it back, and stepping on the line back here. You know, that's the kind of stuff that'll be. Well, Brandon, if I was in charge, I don't know, the cookies and cream shake sounds pretty good.
That's what I get.
I like cookies and cream shake. It does sound kind of good now. Good call. Good call,
I don't
Brandon.
think it'll make it, but
I know that'd be the one thing I'd probably want to. Oviedo in the corner. He'll try a 3. It's up. It's off the mark. Yates back to Oviedo in the corner. He'll work away. He'll try the drive. Loses on the way through, but good job to get a Quentin Amsden open and puts it in.
Really good job by Tyson. Keep it alive. Kicked over to Ashton, who's able to find Quentin at the top for the 3.
Lane pushes up to Helton. They'll go to work now. Lane losing Quentin Amsden for a moment. Gets it back. Nearing 10 seconds, and he'll get it by and finds Helton. Helton will drive now. Steps back. On over to Lane. Back on top to Paris. Paris will load a Koller, but Tyson Yates gets the miscued pass. And it's a fight for the basketball. We're going to get it. I don't know what you call it. That was a scrap for the ball now. Was it a jump ball? I haven't seen the signal yet. Okay, it was a jump ball.
Yep.
That was a scrap now. So Lane's out there with Gagnon, Helton, Koller, and Paris. Bules, Heckaman, Yates, Amsden, and Oviedo out there for Triton. Koller with the spin cycle move, not there, and he's going to go through. I think he's going to get caught with a reach on the way through. And that's going to be on Tyson Yates. It'll be Yates' second personal foul, team 7th of the half. And that's going to put Lakeland Christian Academy at the bonus. And the one on the bonus the rest of the way out here the first half. Koller's first shot is up and it drops. Yates will get a break.
Triton needs to do a better job at limiting fouls. That's where half their points have come from so far this game.
Koller's second shot goes perfect from the line there. And Quentin Amsden receives the inbound. Gardner checking in there, following that first free throw. Bules now up on over to Oviedo. Gardner on the right wing. They're going to play a little keep away. Oviedo goes to screen, but finds a lane with that left-handed layup, and it goes in. Nice job by Oviedo to realize he was alone.
That little stutter step just threw the defense enough and he's seen that open lane and took it.
Bules gets a piece of that one. Helton tries to go, but Quentin Amsden's got it. He's got a free line of the basket, up and in.
That gets him up. Amsden with 7 points already.
And that's one thing, like going back to Oviedo's shot, how he can use that stutter step. He's real good at stopping and going and really throwing off the defenders. Helton tries to get the pass up, but he has got to go. Heaves it back to Lane. No look pass, knocked away by Bules. Amsden now at the basketball. He's going up quickly. Pulls it back. Finds Bules alone in the corner. Banks open for him. And a timeout will be the third timeout for Chris Hohm. And they'll have 2 timeouts remaining in the ballgame. So trying to get things back underway. You know, when the cheerleaders are out there and they're lifting one another up, I wonder if they have a questionnaire going through. If you're afraid of heights, you probably shouldn't be the one lifted up. I'm just saying. Because, I mean, as a person who's not, heights are not his favorite thing in the world. I'm getting better. However, someone lifting me up and holding me up, I might be a little more.
Just that high?
Just a little more skeptical. That floor is not forgiving. I'm just saying. Now for outside, I could probably give or take, but not too sure about that one. That's what I asked that. But if we ever interview one of them, I may have to ask if there's a questionnaire ahead of time. I may just say if we get to interview one of them. So go after get Jsoh or somebody, since I don't get an interviewer for basketball this year. I'll interview her as a cheerleader.
Yeah.
I don't think I got her for volleyball either.
Uh-oh.
We're going to get Jayla. We're going to get an interview with her. She did good last year in her basketball interview.
We didn't keep the picture of the Fort Myers group.
So Bules is going to be out there with Westafer. Gardner, Hunter McIntyre just checked back in, and Quentin Amsden's now in. Shepard's back in for the Cougars, out there with Gagnon, Paris, Koller, who receives the long pass. They're going to say that Westafer got a piece of it, and Lane rounding up the 5 for the Cougars. Those long passes always make me nervous.
Yeah. Keegan did a good job getting down there, trying to get in front of it. Just can't hold on to it.
High pass to Koller. He receives the inbound. Westafer inching his way out. Man defense being played by the Trojans. Lane gets a free shot, and he'll get to Paris. Blocked by Jared Bules. It's been a block party here for the Trojans early on. Up the court, pass to Gardner. He steps back, finds Bules on the left wing. They'll work it around the perimeter. Westafer on the right side. Waiting for the ideal moment to give it to the right player. Sets a nice screen there. Trojans moving really well, moving really good without the basketball here. Gardner wanted Westafer, but Lane shut it off. Bules goes down to McIntyre. McIntyre backdoor to Gardner, up off the glasses, up and in. Triton now out in front by 22. Lane now with the basketball. Pulls it back, on to Shepard. On over to Koller. Koller now goes to work. Left wing for him. Spins away from Westafer. Westafer falls down, but stolen away by Hunter McIntyre. McIntyre's got him. We're going to get a reach on Gagnon. That'll be his first personal foul. Team's third, or second.
That would be his third. Team's third.
Team's third here at the half.
Lakeland foul, number 50, Gagnon.
As Gardner will inbound to Quentin Amsden. On over to Westafer on the right wing. Up top, Gardner goes to work left. Finds Amsden on the left wing. Westafer, he's going to drive, kicks it out, nice pass. They're going to say an offensive foul by Westafer.
And he'll be out. That's his third.
Time foul, number 34, Westafer.
Would have been a really good shot by Jared if the foul wasn't there.
Substitution for Triton, number 10, Ashton
Oviedo and Yates checking back in.
24, Tyson Yates.
And Hunter McIntyre jumps there, takes that one away. His jumper's up, not there. It's going to be tried to save by Lane. They're going to say it's going to go out on the Trojans. Thought I saw him dribble it out of bounds. Maybe my angle wasn't very good.
Table's too high.
Table's too high. I don't have my high chair. Lane now goes to work here with that pressure defense being played by the Trojans. 4:25 remaining here in the second quarter. Koller now on the right wing. One to go to Gagnon, tries to feed it down to him, and they'll turn it over.
Did a good job making it too hard to reach down to the low post.
So Yates now at the basketball, leading here in this one with the Trojan trench. Up to Oviedo on the right wing. Yates, one to go with it, finds Bules. He'll try the dribble drive, kicks it out. Gardner back to Bules. Oviedo's going to try a three. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound Koller for the Cougars. Works on over to Lane. Lane now past the half-court line. Paris gives on over to Gagnon. Back to Lane. Lane's going to put on the floor, and he's going to travel there before he takes off. And that'll be a Cougar turnover as Helton will check in, and Tyler Heckaman is also going to check in as Hunter McIntyre will get a break.
Substitutions for Lakeland, number 35, Matthew Helton. For Triton, number 33, Tyler Heckaman.
Yates now goes to work, pulls it on over to Heckaman. Helton got a piece of it, and he'll take it away on the interception. He's going to have some work to do as Heckaman's there to kind of help to shut off the basket, and he'll double dribble on the way through, and Lakeland Christian will get it right back.
Our defense is doing so good tonight. They've made them turn over so many times tonight.
I got them up to like 17.
Huh.
We'll get the official at halftime and get it updated.
Heckaman in the low block goes against Gagnon. He's going to go up strong off the glass and puts it in. Tyler Heckaman has had to play some real tough opponents the last two games in the post, and he's showing off that strength here tonight. Helton now with the basketball past the half-court line. Waiting, and he'll go cross-court to Koller. He's on the left wing. Spin move against Gardner. Pulls it back. Drops it back to Helton. The senior's got it now, and he'll go away from the screen. Goes over, drops it on to Shepard. He'll go baseline. Throws it back on top to Helton, and the big man will pull it back. Helton trying to use the spin move to lose Gardner, but Gardner with some tight defense on him. Koller will lose it on the way through, and Bules takes it away. Bules, no look pass to Gardner, and up with the right hand and puts it in.
That's
Beautiful.
Such a good pass by Bules to get that open.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. That was a great inlet pass for Bules. Shepard on the transition shot off the side of the backboard, and Gardner's going to hop. I don't think he was quite ready for it.
Sad part is the one ref's looking at the other one going, why didn't you call it?
And Cole McKinney's going to check in.
For Triton, number 5, Cole McKinney.
He played well in JV.
Yes, he did. He had a great game in JV. He's really starting to develop in that point guard role.
Yeah.
And Shepard will get it, and it'll go out on him. Couldn't quite corral the the inbound pass. And Triton gets the ball back here with 2:18 left to go in the second quarter. 33-7's our score here at the Trojan Trench on this Tuesday night ball game.
By the time you get it set.
Yeah, that's why the replay doesn't work. Don't have enough hands.
Amsden now goes on the attack, finds Heckaman. The big man's up and can't get that one to drop. Heckaman wanted that one bad. He had that nice lane to the basket, but Gagnon with the good defense reached over for away from Amsden and did enough to disrupt the shot for Heckaman. Helton hands off the lane. We're going to get a foul. I believe it's going to be on that's going to be on Helton, yes. He's going to push off there with the arm.
So that's his first.
Lakeland foul, number 35, Helton.
And Cole McKinney goes up past the half-court line. Goes on to Bules. Amsden up top the key. Gonna let the play develop a little bit. Lakeland Christian kind of settling back into a 2-3 zone. Trying to shut off the paint for Heckaman. Bules, he'll try a three. Oh, in and out. Rebound goes to Gagnon. Now, it'll be interesting to see what the guys do here after the three's been kind of shut off. They get that half-court offense, see if they can find another way to put the points up on the board. Helton now at the basketball, goes to the screen from Lane. Nice screen set by him. Gets it back. He'll attack now in the middle of the key. Kicks out to Shepard. Up top, Helton works on over. Lane now at the basketball. Nice dribble move there. We'll go on top as we're inside the final minute here in the second quarter.
Interesting thing I just looked at. Lakeland has not made a two-point basket. They had 4 points from the free throws and 1 3.
So 0 for 5 from the two-point line, or two-point area. Bules reaching there and takes it away, and Helton's going to find him. Whoa! Thought there might have been a reach on the way through there.
Yeah.
Must have got the ball. I mean, a little more than what we thought.
Maybe even a couple reaches.
But love the physicality being played by Jared Bules here tonight.
Really doing a good job at getting into almost every play on defense. He's playing really well on offense, too. Doing a good job at forcing passes in.
And Quentin Amsden plays the passing lane well. Goes up strong on the runner. Heckaman with the putback. Goes up strong. They're going to say an over-the-back foul on Heckaman. And they're going to get the ball right back to Lakeland Christian.
That's going to be his second. Of course, now with us having Trojans having 9 fouls, go shoot 1-1.
So they'll shoot 1-1 the rest of the way out. Kind of fouls have been kind of the downside of this Trojan first half. As Lane will find his trips to the free throw line. 4 of 6 for the team here. Make that 5 made free throws for them in this ball game, putting them at 8 points. Lane sets, and that second one takes a friendly roll. And now put 9 on the board, his first 2 points of the ball game.
Yep.
Bules now with it. Cross court to Oviedo. Cole kind of dribbling himself over that sideline. Oviedo's alone. He'll try that three-point jumper off the side iron. Rebound Lane, 2 seconds left. 1 second. And that'll be the end of the first half. Triton leading 33-9 here early. Triton's kind of looked, fouls have kind of been the Achilles heel for this team thus far. Gavin's going to head down and get stats.
We'll throw up our unofficial stats. We'll update them at halftime here. But Ashton leading away with 8. Amsden with 7. Heckaman with 6. Gardner and Yates both with 4, and Bules and Westafer with 2. Big thing there is Westafer having those 3 fouls. And then, of course, Yates and Heckaman both having a pair. And for Lakeland, Shepard with 3 points, Lane with 2, Helton with 2, Koller with 2. And as I said, none of those points were 2-pointers. They were either 3 or a foul shot. And then as far as team statistics, Triton 0 from 1 free throw, but Lakeland 6 of 8, 2-pointers, 12 of 20. And then 3 points, 3 of 12. And of course, the big thing there at the bottom, turnovers. We had them at 4 of 20, but we get the official.
But for Triton, the points off turnovers, 22 points off turnovers here in that. Out of those 33 points, 11, like I said, 22 points off turnovers. That's been the big margin for them. They're really capitalizing on those turnovers. And like I said, I'm going to give my quick shout out to Danny, Caden, and Jackson as they're home watching, as it's going to be near bedtime for them. So give them a shout out. Jax doesn't quite understand, but the other two do, and Danny likes her shout out. So we're going to end that. We'll be back after halftime here on the Triton Trojans Sports Network. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojan fans. I'm Andy O'Hare alongside Gavin, Greer, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Our Trojans are leading here 33-9 here at halftime. See what adjustments are made by both teams as they get ready to get this second half underway. Now that she's listening after spilt water, Danny, here's your shout out. Caden's not home yet, and Jill Jacks, he's asleep, which is good because hopefully he sleeps till 4 a.m. again. I guess that's more for Michelle to cross her fingers. I'm gone. There's no reviving me at that point. So, Gavin, from the first half, what kind of things do you think that Triton needs to improve on here in the second half?
Our fouls. We're allowing too many of them, giving them too many opportunities on the line to score.
I mean, it's good to be aggressive, but you also got to watch yourself being too aggressive and losing that control of your body and everything to kind of that stuff really kind of stacks up against you.
If you get too many, you're out of the game then.
Yep. And you put the other team the free throw line, and they've done most of their scoring has come from the free throw line tonight. So here we go, starting five out there for Triton. Helton's out there in place of Martin for the Cougars. Heckaman, the big man, tried. He got close to the. He had a moment there to maybe slam, but didn't have quite enough vertical to bring that one down. Thought it was going to be more contested. Helton now at the basketball on the right wing. Lane now at the basketball. On over to Helton on the right side. He'll attack there. Pulls it back, goes to tries to go to Gagnon, but it'll be thrown away out of bounds. And that's the 23rd turnover tonight by the Cougars. Yates now at the basketball, up past the half-court line, goes on over to Oviedo. Finds Amsden on the left side, on over to Bules. Amsden with the basketball, he'll go on the attack. Pulls it back, drops to Heckaman, the big man, up strong, puts it in. Tyler Heckaman having himself a night here.
Yeah, he's finally hit the double digits with 10.
He's done that the last two games, 16 a game ago and 10 here tonight. Lane goes on over to Helton. It'll go between his legs, and Bules comes in, knocks it away. Quentin Amsden comes in for good measure. It looked like I'm not surprised we didn't get a foul called on Lakeland Christian when Amsden went through there. And they're going to say it's a jump ball, I believe.
Yep.
And it's going to go to Lakeland Christian. So kind of a little bit of knocking it back and forth, but good job by Bules to knock that loose ball away.
Really good hustle by both of them.
Oh, yeah. Try to get there really to kind of force that one.
Yeah.
Helton out the basketball, on over to Lane on the right wing. Knocked away by Amsden, but they're going to get him on the reach. I don't know, looked like they got a little more ball on that one.
Probably make up for one of the other ones that he probably got a little more on than we did on this one. So.
Helton now at the basketball. Bules with some tight defense on him. Hill gives it on to Shepard. He'll lose it through him. Bules takes it away. Bules pulls it back on over to Amsden. High pass. Good job by Quentin Amsden with the awareness to throw it back in. Trying to set it up down low for Heckaman. The big man's going to go big on big. Goes up strong, and then they call the foul. I didn't think they were going to call it there for a moment.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on Gagnon, be his second personal, team's first of the half.
Lakeland foul, number 50, Gagnon.
Heckaman to the charity stripe for two. First shot's up and rattles in. And Koller will check in for Shepard. Heckaman with his second attempt is up, and it finds the bottom of the net there, and Triton goes up. Helton out the basketball. They're going to go on the attack here. Slowly up the court, trying to see if they can set up some with a half-court offense and slow it down a little bit. Goes to Lane. Lane's going to go to try to attack. Floater up for him is in. That's their first two-point made basket of the ball game. Oviedo on over to Quentin Amsden. Heckaman comes out straight away. Puts on the floor, hands off to Oviedo. He'll step back and try a three. And Heckaman with the putback. Good job by Tyler Heckaman to time that one just right as it came off the rim and just use that length and athleticism and tapped it in. Triton falling back into a zone defense. Koller works it over. Oviedo got a piece of it. Paris is going to run it down, and he'll keep it in play. Koller now with the basketball, trailing here by 40. Triton looking good here early. Helton now with Bules with some good defense on him. Inbound, Gagnon's going to get fouled by Bules as Bules kind of didn't quite time the block. Right idea, just timing was a little off, and then the team will now have their second team foul, and that's second for Bules. We also got a shout out from Russell Riker, go Gavin. And the shot will drop there from Gagnon. Keegan Westafer will come in. And that'll give Quentin Amsden a break. Keegan with 3 fouls in that first half. We'll see what he can do here in the second half. Oviedo goes on the attack, drops into Bules. He's going to kick it back. Westafer up fakes with the 3 and kicks on to Oviedo. Tries to go down to Westafer, but Lane got a piece of it, and they'll knock it away, and they'll force the turnover. Helton slowly past the half-court line. Lakeland Christian kind of start really run that half-court offense. Koller on over to Lane. Drops down to Gagnon. He'll get a piece of it, and he'll lose it on the way through, and Lakeland Christian will give it right back. Like I said, with our point differential, I mean, we don't quite know what we would have got from Martin. I mean, like I said, hope he's okay. Gets feeling better soon. The 6-foot freshman, a lot of physicality there by Helton getting away with it on Oviedo.
I think Oviedo's hurting a little bit. He's kind of favoring that left leg.
Yeah.
Shot off the mark there, and Paris with the rebound. Lane on the attack. Loses it. Westafer tries to get it. Nice job and a good effort by him to try to knock it away. Helton now on over to Lane. Lane now. Westafer with some nice tight defense on him. Lakeland Christian trying to use that slow setting offense as Koller tries a 3. It's off the mark. And Heckaman comes away with the rebound.
Jared did a really good job at closing out there on him, putting some contestion on the shot.
Yates alone down the paint, puts
Good
it in.
shot.
Nice job by him to slip behind the defense. And Lane now at the basketball. Will work his way past the half-court line on the Koller on the right wing. On top to Gagnon. Heckaman trying to get a piece of the ball there. Lane gets the pass. He's going to go baseline, loses it. Heckaman comes away with the steal. Up to Bules. Fast break for the Trojans. Goes to Yates. Yates to Heckaman. Big man's up, and wrist rolls out. Knocked away by Lane, and Triton keeps the ball.
Substitutions for Triton, number 4, Hunter McIntyre. Number 14, John Gardner. And number 30, Quentin Amsden.
Now looking at Ashton coming off the floor. He may not go back in.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a, looks like he's definitely favoring that left leg a little bit. Hope he's okay. Bules up to Amsden. He'll get a double screen there. Back on top, he'll pull back the shot fake, goes up strong. Nice job by him, and one. Quentin Amsden with the pretty lay-in there. I always like watching those guards be able to adjust their shot mid-flight.
It's kind of like a Derrick Rose cut to the lane a little bit.
Yeah, Derek, yeah, a little bit like that. I do remember another Bull that did that quite a bit and adjusted his shot like that.
Talking about Michael?
Oh, yeah, Michael used to do that. He used to adjust on the fly like that.
Well, that gets Quentin up to 10 points for him, double digit.
So Quentin now 2 players in double digits here for the Trojans as Helton will go to work. Gagnon gets, but Hunter McIntyre knocks away, and Quentin Amsden comes away with it. McIntyre streaking down the court, goes up strong, up and in. Hunter McIntyre's on the board. And a timeout for Lakeland Christian. They'll have 1 remaining. Nice job by Hunter McIntyre, the man with the motor that doesn't quit. Kicked her into gear there on the fast break and found an open lane and puts it in.
I wonder if he had to adjust much from playing football that he can't bore my way through on basketball.
Well, it takes a little bit more finesse. I mean, that might be a question we're going to have to ask him. How does he go from being a battering ram into basketball where you're not allowed to be a battering ram? Unfortunately, I was one of those ones that didn't quite realize you're not supposed to be battering him in basketball. I learned the hard way. They call enough fouls, eventually you start to learn.
Yeah.
So that timeout's going to break away here.
What do you think the chances are Rusty's at home studying for finals next week?
Well, Gavin, what do you think the odds are?
I doubt it.
Oh,
We don't really have finals study for yet, though.
really?
Oh, you got to be reading the book all the time.
You got to read the book all the time. You always got to be studying.
Most classes, we don't even really have books.
We got to be studying something.
In the week, they'll give us stuff to study.
He's studying Gavin's color commentary. That's what he's doing. Shepard goes up strong. They're going to say a blocking foul on Hunter McIntyre. Looked like he had position. And he'll draw the blocking foul, and that'll send Shepard to the line. I believe this is his first trip of the night.
Yes, his first trip.
5 players now reaching the charity stripe for the Cougars.
And that's where most of all their points have came from.
And he can't get that one to drop. I studied all the time. May have not been what's in the textbooks. I mean, I studied, well, it wasn't really a class. Watched enough sporting events, I probably studied enough of that. Gardner goes, kicks it on over to Amsden, drops down to McIntyre in the low block. Up on the Bules, on over to Quentin Amsden on the right side. He'll go with the screen, goes, McIntyre trying to go back door, but nice job by Quentin Amsden to go back up for it. McIntyre at the rebound, in traffic, off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Gagnon, uses that height, and brings it down. It's Lakeland Christian with the height advantage here with their 2 players up over 6 foot, 6'2" and 6'3" respectively. Koller does the spin move, kicks on over to Lane. He'll try a 2-point jumper. He made the only one of the ball game for them and can't get that one to drop, and Triton comes away with the rebound.
Good job for Quentin to slow it down there and look if anyone's coming up behind him.
Westafer will dribble into a 3 and try it, and back iron a little too strong. Right idea, though, with that open shot. And Lane gets it, and we'll get a jump ball to stay here with Triton. And Paris will now check in for the Cougars.
Lakeland substitution, number 22, Landon Paris.
Keegan needs to get one of those to drop. He just hasn't taken that opportunity. I think he just got to get that confidence to put one in, and then maybe that'll get that lid off of the basket for him.
And sometimes Bules goes back to McIntyre, and he'll try to save it, but it'll all hit the baseline, and it'll go out, and then Lakeland Christian will take over.
Jared's had some of the best passes I've seen this season just tonight.
He's doing, I mean, like you said, that Dwayne Wade-like playing style he has. As we're now inside 25 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Triton out in front, 48-13. Quentin Amsden free lane to the basket, but here comes Helton. And Amsden will slow down patiently, puts it in. And they'll hit the 50-point mark here. Said earlier, JV won 60-20 in that contest earlier tonight. Varsity playing well here as Shepard's pass. Off the mark, Wester with the buzzer, and he's trying. I mean, every shot he's taking, they're all good looks.
They're all right there.
But as some of the best shooters in the game will tell you, the only way you can make them is keep shooting.
Mm-hmm.
You got to force that, Liz. And as the cheerleaders will now do their routine out on the court.
Oh, thanks for the reminder. I forgot.
We're able to see them this game. No one's blocking us.
Let
them do their routine. Like I said,
I won't put the stats up.
I don't think I could do it.
Well, I got a minute here. We have had people ask how they can support our broadcast because this is all a volunteer type of a broadcast. So easy way is to get a hold of the school. Contact Mason McIntyre, 342-6505, I believe is their phone number.
Like I said, any form of donation, whether it's like before, I mean, like I said, postseason stuff, those games go to the IHSAA, and they'll be able to pay for our broadcast rights fees for sectionals, regionals, and all the postseason games.
And then also another way to do it is right there on the YouTube under the chat. If you're logged in, there's a $ sign right there. You can click on that and
It's called Super Chat.
Super Chat.
You could just, hey, I didn't go to the game and pay the $5 or $6. I'll put the $5 or $6 into there and send it over.
Yep, and it can go to like some of our equipment costs and fees we have to pay for.
Yep,
so there's some subscriptions there we got to pay each year.
We do have a subscription coming up here in January. They're kind of looking maybe for a scoreboard subscription. If somebody wants to advertise and pay for that, we'll put you on the scoreboard.
And also, I'll take babysitting fees during games. At the game, I'll take babysitting services. Alexa Veer says she's going to watch it one of these days. We'll see. Triton fighting around there for the basketball. Yates will go up strong and put it in. Keegan had a good job defensive there to tip it away. Good job by Keegan Westafer there filling the attack. Defensively, he's done a real good job defensively here tonight.
He has.
Unfortunately, those 3 fouls kind of slowed him down a little bit. It's about to work, and Helton goes down. He bends that leg back.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he got maybe elbowed right into the mouth.
Substitution number 50, Silas Gagnon.
I'm not sure what happened. Thought he was hurt there.
Did look that way.
I'm not sure what happened there. Ryan's going to look back and see if he can see it.
Maybe he's more just anger that there's turnover.
Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Yates works it on over to Gardner. Back on top. Oviedo's back in. Goes down to Westafer in the low block. Westafer drops it. Goes away, and Lane recovers it, and he'll steal it away. Lucas was in my way. I couldn't see the sideline.
Oh.
Couldn't really tell in our little
I wasn't
replay.
zoomed in close enough, but it looked like he could have got walloped in the face.
Gagnon goes up strong to left hand. That'll be their second 2-point jumper to drop.
Yes.
As Yates goes on up to Westafer. Bules on over to Oviedo. On over to Keegan. Oviedo pulls back. Goes down to Westafer. He's in the low block. Back to Oviedo. Keegan's trying to get freed up down there in the post.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to get Keegan in.
Keegan up and in. Oh, can't get that one to drop.
Now that play, it looks like let's get Keegan to score.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get Keegan on the board, which, like I said, and a shot there looked like Oviedo might got a piece of it there. Keegan's the kind of ball player I like. I like his intensity. I like his passion for the game. And he's always working. Even when things aren't quite going his way, he's still putting out the effort to work. He's kind of one of those players young kids ought to watch on how he plays. Just keep working hard. It's all going to come. Just keep working. Eventually that all pays off. Helton receives it, and they'll go to work now. Out there with Koller, Lane, Paris, and Gagnon for the Cougars. Westafer, Oviedo, Bules, Yates, and Heckaman out there for the Trojans. Koller now goes to work on the left side in the fourth quarter. We're going to foul on Oviedo. I
think he just retched around just enough.
They pushed him, so that'll be his first personal, team's fifth here of the half. 5:29 remaining in the ballgame. Triton's out in front, 52-15. Up to Koller, on over. Lane will try a three, pumps that one into it, up off the top of the backboard, and Yates gets the rebound. Yates quickly past half-court line, goes to Oviedo in transition. He'll go. Oviedo to Westafer. Kicks it back to Yates. Yates pulls it back. Back to Gardner. Oviedo, deep three, puts it in.
Maybe that's been his problem. He's been too close. He had to take it way behind the mark.
So Oviedo dials long distance, and that call goes through. Gagnon will get it. We're going to get a foul on Triton.
Yates picks up his third.
And
doesn't matter. We're clearing the bench.
So a platoon swap now is Cole McKinney, Hunter McIntyre, Connor Large, Chandler Westafer, and Lucas Cabrera all checking in for Triton.
It's going to be a really great time for all of them to get more experience on the varsity level, give them more confidence in themselves playing bigger game.
Koller straightaway three, no good as McKinney gets the rebound. Looking down court on the fast break, pulls it back. On over to Westafer. He had 9 points and a kicked ball there by Koller.
Hey, at least it stayed on the court. Not up here.
Nope. Kenny hasn't had to reach out in front and keep away from hitting the computers yet. That's still, I wish we would have got that on camera. That's one of those Sports Center top 10 moments. Or I guess TTSN top 10 moments.
Might be hard to get to it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know if we'll be able to reach over. Triton throws that one away, and Lakeland Christian gets the ball back. We said earlier, Lucas Cabrera was the leading scorer in that JV game with 11 points. He had a great game, and he's really starting to figure it out, and he does a good job attacking the basket, driving the lane. Connor Large is the player that's going to start coming on. He works real well, starting to figure out that length and how to use his body out there on the court. Chandler Westafer shot the ball well tonight. And Cole McKinney is really developing on that at that point guard spot. And McIntyre's really starting to play really well down there in the low block, coming up with valuable minutes off the bench. Back to Cabrera. Drops it to Connor Large. Cabrera will try a three. Off the front iron, rebound. Goes to Chandler Westafer.
Good hustle by him to keep it alive.
Westafer for three. That one rattles out. And Connor Large and McIntyre battle for the rebound. And McIntyre puts it up and in as Shepard will check in for the Cougars on the next dead ball.
Really good job by Large and McIntyre to keep it alive.
Cabrera knocks it away, and he is on the fast break. Tries to go around McKinney. Or tries to go down Helton to McKinney. And can't quite get around to get it around him. And Shepard will check in for Koller. Lane now with the basketball, goes to work. Cam Shively will be checking in following the dead ball for the Trojans. Shepard now backs on over, finds Lane. Lane on over to Helton. Inlet pass down to Gagnon. The big man pulls back and throws it away. Shively will check in for McIntyre. McIntyre had a few points here tonight. He played well in his chances in the ball game.
He did.
Westafer, back to McKinney. On to Cabrera. Cross court to Westafer. Chandler will go. Shots up off the glass and in.
That's his first varsity points.
Shepard now goes. On to Helton, on over. Paris for three, off the mark. Rebound's going to try to go to Triton, but McKinney and Cabrera will kind of bobble it, and it'll go out of bounds.
Our video froze, but our audio should be still going, so we get this to.
Does this say it was Paris or Helton for three? We'll say Paris. Helton now with it, kicks it on over. Lane with the up fake, kicks it back out to Helton. He'll try a three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Gagnon. The big man throws it back into Shepard, and he'll throw a shot up, not there. Rebound, Lucas Cabrera. McKinney now with the basketball, quickly up the court, and takes it coast to coast and lays it in. Nice play by Cole McKinney.
I got that.
Helton now with it. He'll go. His shot's up and off the mark. Rebound, Connor Large. Cabrera on over to McKinney, drops it to Connor Large, and it's going to be a fight for the basketball there, and I believe the foul's going to be on Shepard.
Almost everyone scored for us tonight.
Lakeland foul, number 24, Shepard.
About three more people to go, then we got them all.
So minute 46 here, game well in hand. Triton now trying to get some of their younger players. Don't see quite a lot of Varsity.
Yes.
Connor Large puts it in. Nice play there by the young big man. Lane now with the basketball, past the half-court line slowly. On over to Helton, nearly throws it away. On over to Helton. Drops it to Shepard, hands off to Helton. Pull-up jumper is in. Helton got that one to drop. Drops to Westafer. Back to Connor Large. Working it on over. McKinney pulls back. Westafer thought about three, pulls it back. Back to Westafer, drops it back to Connor Large. They're going to work around here, trying to use some clock. Westafer try a corner three, puts it up, and it'll go out on Cabrera. And the Cougars will take it back over.
Yeah, we lost all the video, but we're still pushing audio.
We're still pushing audio.
Still pushing audio.
So we may or may not have interviews after the ball game.
Oh, we can. I'm still recording.
Oh, you're still recording, so we can. You guys just may not see a picture.
Yep. If we get a little chance, we could try to get it restarted back up.
Shepard to Helton on over to Paris, and can't get the friendly bounce in. We're going to get a foul, I believe, on Lakeland Christian. And that's going to be on Gagnon. And Koller's going to check in. And Shepard's going to come out with 27.4 remaining in the ball game. Triton out in front 63-17. McKinney with it now. He's just going to let the clock just kind of tick away here as Triton will improve to 2-2 on the season. Lakeland Christian will fall to 2-3. Triton will face Pioneer here at home on Friday night as the boys get a few days to work, as we'll have two girls games in between, and the Trojans will find their way here to victorious on their third game at home.
And now the video's back.
And the video's back. So
if we get it to work here.
did you get, hold on here. Let's see, this is the one you don't have.
That's the one we need. Okay.
Yep. So, boy, Gavin's gone in a hurry. I don't even know where he went. Oh, he's going to go his managerial duties. So, Kenny will read off some stats. I'll go down and see if I can get a player, and we'll be back. And I'll be back at some point.
All right. Here we go. Pulling it up here for the Trojans. Heckaman leading the way with 14 points. Amsden with 12. Oviedo with 11. Yates with 8. Hunter McIntyre with 4. Gardner with 4. McKinney, Bules, Westafer, Large, and Keegan Westafer all with 2 points. For Lakeland, Lane with 4, Shepard with 4, and Helton with 4. Of course, Gagnon with 3, and Koller with 2. And the team stats here. Free throws, of course, Triton 3 of 4, and Lakeland 8 of 12. 2-pointers 24 of 37 for the Trojans. We're only 3 of 14 for Lakeland. And 4 of 19 3-pointers were 1 of 6. The big there is at the bottom with the 34 turnovers for Lakeland. So we get get a player come out here and you'll see who we can grab, and we'll be back here shortly.
All right, welcome back, Triton Trojan fans. I'm Andrew Hare alongside the Westafer brothers. Both played well tonight. You know, like I said, Keegan, we kind of talked after the last game. Keep shooting, because I mean, there's a lot of things you did well that didn't involve the basketball. Moved well without the basketball. Yeah, there were some fouls that were kind of both ways, but yet your intensity and how you keep working has really been a testament. Especially you got a little brother now playing with you, who had a great game in the JV game tonight. What kind of things as being kind of an upperclassman are you kind of trying to kind of battle through to kind of get yourself going?
Well, right now it's kind of tough. Like last year, I don't know how many threes I had. It was in the paper. I don't even know. But right now I'm like 0 for 7, so it's kind of hard right now. But I just got to get my confidence back and just, I don't know, do other things that don't involve that.
And great shooters will also go on the NBA and college. You'll see those guys talk. Great shooters just keep shooting. When it doesn't hit, you just got to keep shooting, because eventually it's going to drop. That work ethic going that far into it, like you just keep shooting. There was not one bad look for you tonight. I mean, you had good looks. They'll come.
Yep.
The thing is, it's early in the season. So you're going to get those bugs worked out for when conference play happens. And trust me, I got a funny feeling you're going to hit the ground running. You're going to be a guy to be reckoned with. It's good. It could happen. Now, Chandler, let's walk through, okay, being a freshman now, you're kind of getting a lot of minutes in the JV, and you've seen a lot of minutes here for the last couple games for the varsity. Walk me through kind of your journey of getting here and how you've been kind of preparing being a freshman.
Well, going into the summer, I knew that I would get some minutes on the JV, but I didn't know I would be starting. And then as the role kept going up and up, I realized that I would be able to get dressed varsity because Bruce got hurt, unfortunately. But getting in and getting to play along my brother is fun.
And that's one thing I want to play off of. I never got to play with my brother, and it's probably a good thing we never played together, as it's kind of like oil and water, so it doesn't work real well. What's it like playing with one another out on the court?
I love it. Back when we were younger, we got to play with each other on mini camps, and we had a good time.
For you, what's it like playing with little brother out there on the court?
It's pretty fun because, I mean, we know each other really well. We know strengths and weaknesses. It's fun.
And you guys know how to play off one another as far as, okay, when Chandler's having a kind of a tough moment here, big brother's on the thing, hey, it's fine, keep working. And Chandler knows, well, when you're kind of struggling, you guys can pick one another up. That's that little bit past the brotherhood of the team. You guys had that connection, that chemistry home. Well, speaking of home, we'll take another avenue here. I heard that there's going to be some haircuts going on in the Westafer household tonight.
Not mine. I don't care. I'm keeping this.
So the dad's going to come in there, so is it going to take everybody to hold you down to get your hair?
I think he's just mad because he's balding, but I'm not shaving mine.
I don't have to worry about that yet. I mean, 31 next Tuesday, and it's still there, so it's not thinking anywhere. Chandler, you going to get your hair cut? You going to let Dad cut your hair?
Nah, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I'm not going to let him touch it.
Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to find out and see Dad up there. I mean, we could have got him down here and asked, so he's over there. But walking through, we've been asking some fun questions this year. You know, different things like I asked earlier on about like who's the best dancer on the team. So with you two, this will be a little bit more difficult. So so you're driving now, right?
Not quite.
Not quite
Almost.
there? Almost, getting close. Okay, so we asked the question to the girls the other night, who's the best driver on the team and who's the worst driver on the team? So you guys have had to ride. Oh, that was a little quick there, Keegan.
Okay, worst driver definitely goes to him. I get car sick every single time.
Wait a minute, what are you doing driving?
Well, he has a permit. So
his permit. Okay.
Best driver, probably Cole McKinney.
Cole McKinney. Okay,
Yes.
I can see Cole. Now, I know you don't want to ride with Mr. Bules because he gets lost going to football games.
He does.
I mean, Google Maps, I don't understand. You guys have it so easy now. You have Google Maps. We used to have to actually read a map for me. I mean, then you got Google Maps where you can print it off. But how Bules gets lost going to a football game is beyond me. I mean, he made Gavin late for a broadcast, but we won't get into that. So, Chandler, you got your permit. So what's it like learning how to drive?
It's kind of crazy that we're in the same spot and we're 2 years away. I got mine right away, and he took 2 years to get his. But
I didn't start driving until my senior year. I didn't get my permit until my spring of my junior year. I was well old enough. So, hey, those guys that get a little more time, those are going to be your better drivers. So, I mean, Keegan, he's in position, man, to be there. I mean, my brother learned to drive early, and he doesn't watch these. He's the worst driver out of us three. I mean, he's had the more of the bad things you don't want your insurance to go up with. Jesse has found his way in all three of those things. Who's more fun to learn with to drive, Dad or Mom?
Dad, definitely. Dad's like, I like Dad more. Mom freaks out. Oh, when you're like 5 over the speed limit. She freaks out too much.
Well, Randy, you are going with the speed of flow of traffic, but yet you want to kind of watch yourself because, like I said, even if it's 1 over, you get a ticket. That makes the insurance go up, man. That's one thing you got to remember. What about you?
Definitely Dad. He's more teaching. Mom just freaks out every time.
Well, hey, that's a mom's mentality. She's got to be worried about her 2 little boys starting to drive. I mean, There's something that comes with that. My mom didn't teach. I kind of was working on a farm and growing up on a farm. I did a lot of driving that was in fields and stuff, not on roadways. I can say that now. I'm old enough to say that now. So, but like I said, guys, keep working together. Keep your heads up. I mean, like I said, it's stuff going on. Like you and I kind of talked the other day. Just keep working at it. It's going to come there. I mean, great players find a way. And that, Keegan, like I said all the time, you're in that position. I think you'll find a way as the conference goes on. And Chandler, man, it's going to be fun to watch you grow. I mean, buddy, you got a bright future ahead of you. If you're anything like your brother, everybody better keep an eye out because the Westafer brothers are coming. They better be ready to roll. Well, Trojan fans, we're going to hang it up for this time, and I guess we'll get Coach Groves here. Guys, appreciate it. Keep up the good work, okay? All right, we'll get Coach Groves here. Yeah, I got the Westafer brothers tonight. Well, Coach, let's hold that up kind of close to me. So, Coach, big win tonight. I mean, like I said, the Martin kid kind of going out early. I know was kind of more of their key players. What kind of things, I mean, the guys kind of had some moments there, the fouls kind of piled up early. What kind of things you see the guys tonight they kind of need to improve on just a little bit more?
Well, just defensively, be more fundamental, like you said. At times I think, when you play a team that, lost their key player and, our kids get a little greedy at times and they think they can get every steal. But you got to be fundamental. Against really good basketball teams, it's going to be hard to just turn them over like that all the time. And so you got to be fundamental in these situations and let them make the mistake. We don't need to make the mistakes. And I thought at times tonight we did that.
And they did turn the ball over quite a bit and kind of giving us opportunities. And there in the first half, we had 22 points off of turnovers. I mean, we made the most of those opportunities. That was one thing, that was a bright light, I thought, in the first half where we made the most off those turnovers.
Definitely, and that was one thing we talked about. We wanted to get out and get in the passing lanes a little bit more. And, obviously if 14 would have played, it would have changed. When he got the ball, we were going to kind of sag and play him a little bit more. And the other guys got the ball, we're going to get out and deny a little bit and try to get steals. But, again, I thought the big thing offensively that we need to keep getting better at is just being patient, working together. I thought tonight, times, it turned into the first half of Northwood where we were just kind of driving without a purpose, not knowing where we're going. We've got to work the ball a little bit. We got to work it and be more patient. I think when we get the ball into Tyler, good things happen. Whether it's, him scoring or kicking back out. And we just got to get better, more methodical offensively, I think.
And that's one thing, like you said, get the ball down to Tyler. Tyler's really starting to kind of grow a little bit in his role down there in the post. And we talked last time on the interview about his strength down there, but kind of figuring out how to use his body and use his weight to kind of make some room for himself down in the paint. He did a real good job with that tonight, especially like some of the putbacks and time and jumps were there to put those back.
Definitely, and that's one thing. Games like this, it's good to get guys like Tyler confidence. And I thought last game was a big step to that, and tonight it was nice to see that continue into this game. And so we got to be able to score inside if we want to win basketball games. And so then that's kind of where we've been struggling. Tyler did a great job of doing that tonight.
And it's one thing I know for the opposing, you don't want to ever kind of see blowouts, but it was a good thing for you guys to be able to get some of your guys who don't see a ton of varsity minutes to kind of get some experience on the varsity floor. What was that kind of like as you guys kind of got to that point?
To be honest, games like this are hard to coach in because, you want to get guys like Hunter McIntyre, the guys that maybe didn't start, maybe your 7th, 8th, 9th man, a lot of playing time and get them some confidence going. But, there's kind of a fine line of
sportsmanship and everything.
And so it's tough. A guy like Hunter who comes in and works hard every day in practice. And, doesn't play a ton. The games like this is where he should be able to out there a little bit more. But at the same time, you want to get better as a team, and you get your main guys the reps because you look at who we have at the beginning of the schedule with Plymouth and Northwood. It's hard to get our confidence at times in those games, and so early in the season it's hard to find that balance. But later in the season it's a little bit easier.
So coming up, you're going to have Pioneer on Friday night here, your first conference game of the season for you guys. What kind of things are you guys working towards to kind of be ready for on Friday night?
I'll tell you one thing: they are really good, and I watched them on tape. I'm really impressed. They got some athletic kids. A lot of multi-dimension. They can score inside, they can score outside. They're super aggressive. We're going to have our hands full, that's for sure. Defensively, just be more fundamental. We got to be able to contain the ball, keep the ball from getting to the basket, contest threes, and box out. Offensively, like I said earlier, we got to get more methodical. Not slow. Just we got to be able to grind out a possession and get a great shot. Sometimes I think our kids, if we don't have a shot up in 2 or 3 passes, they're panicking a little bit, and it's like, we got to shoot. Not necessarily. Sometimes teams play good defense. We got to move the ball, and we got to get. I talked about good, better, best decisions. Offensively, I think we got to start being in the better and best category if we want to win basketball games consistently.
And that's one thing. You'll see your first conference game, and the guys are starting to kind of get that. But granted, you don't want them to take forever. But you want the guys to kind of start figuring out when conference play really kind of gets in the thick of things. The guys are ready to hit the ground running.
Exactly. That's what we want in games like this. Hopefully, help with your confidence to do that. just a more consistent approach. And if you ask the guys, I was kind of upset last night in practice. I think sometimes our consistency isn't there, and just the way we approach things, our competitiveness, our execution, and so we just got to be more consistent in that day in and day out, not just during games, but in practice as well.
Very good. Well, Coach, great. Congrats on the win here tonight. Well, Trojan fans, back to Trench on Friday night as the boys will be taking on Pioneer for their first conference game. And until next time, Trojan fans, remember the Trojan way.